In this short clip of 4 minute talk on how I've grown as a disciple of Jesus. My journey as a disciple has taught me that growing in faith is something we choose to pursue. It doesn't just happen on its own. For me, growth has come through daily habits, good relationships, opportunities to serve, and taking time to reflect on what God is doing in my life. One of the biggest areas of growth for me has been learning to build a steady rhythms of prayer and Bible reading. At times I've tried to rely on feelings or inspiration to guide my spiritual life, but I've realized that I grow the most when I build routines that make space for God every day. I set aside simple, regular time to pray and read scripture. Nothing complicated, just consistency. Sometimes these moments are encouraging and uplifting. Other times they feel quite ordinary, but over time they shape my thinking, calm my heart, and remind me of God's presence. I've learned that scriptures just isn't just information, it's places where God speaks hope, correction, and guidance into my life. Another key part of growth has come through relationships with other Christians. I've discovered that discipleship is something that we do together in small groups, in conversations with mentors. Honest friendships have kept me grounded. They've helped me when I've struggled and they've challenged me when I needed to grow. There have been times where someone else has seen something in me, either a gift or a blind spot, that I didn't recognize myself. I've learned to value being accountable, praying with others, and sharing parts of my life that I might otherwise keep private. Community helps me to stay encouraged and reminds me that God often works through the people around us. Serving others has also been a major part of my discipleship. I've found that when I step out to serve, whether it's in church, in the community, or simply by being available to people, I've learned things I could never learn just by reading or listening. It often brings me face to face with my own limits, which turn teaches me to rely on more fully on God. Some of my clearest moments of growth has come when I've acted out of obedience rather than confidence, when I've trusted God to equip me for something new. The final way I try to grow by giving myself time to reflect. Life moves very quickly, and it's easy to rush from one thing to another without noticing how God is at work. So I regularly pause and ask, where have I sensed God this week? What has He taught me? And what might He be calling me to change? I sometimes journal, go on short retreats, or simply take a quiet walk. These moments of reflection helps me to pay more attention to the small ways of God is shaping in my life. Overall, I would say in growth, as a disciple comes from four simple things: staying close to God through prayer and scripture, walking with other Christians, serving others, and taking time to reflect. These practices don't make me perfect, but they help me follow Jesus more intentionally. Uh, and as I look back, I can see that God has used these ordinary habits to grow my faith, strengthen my character, and guide my direction of my life. Thank you for listening.